Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're revisiting the work of Adam Ripley. You know him, right? A central figure in the Beyond the Rituals community.
Yeah, he's a voice I always find myself coming back to, especially within the philosophy of the divine law. We've spent some time with his ideas before, but
This time, we're zeroing in on one of his core principles. Really gets to the heart of how we experience the world, you know?
for sure. And this is actually something he lays out so clearly.
Exactly, a real, aha moment when you hear it.
He says, and I'm quoting directly here, the beliefs you hold influence your state of mind.
Like, so simple, but
So powerful.
yeah, exactly. And it really sets the stage for this deep dive, which is focused on one of his Practicing Truth episodes over on YouTube.
Right. And it's all about what he calls cultivating a mind unafraid.
So that's our mission today, unpacking what this unafraid mind actually means and how it links back to this idea of beliefs shaping our mental landscape. So maybe a good place to start is when he talks about this mind unafraid, what are the characteristics?
Well, one of the central things he talks about is daring to think critically, not just taking things at face value, but actually engaging with the information.
So not just being contrary for the sake of it.
Not at all. It's about genuine inquiry.
Yeah.
Questioning assumptions, digging a bit deeper,
Right, okay. And he also talks about questioning beliefs specifically, right?
Absolutely. He's very much about questioning anything that doesn't have a solid foundation in what he calls the truth of our shared reality.
So not dismissing everything that's not empirically proven, but being discerning.
Exactly. Prioritizing things that align with our shared human experience.
Yeah, okay. So rational, but also considering our common experience. Now, he also talks about the mind of an individual, right? What's the significance there?
Oh, that's huge. So for Adam, an unafraid mind is not a follower. It's about valuing independent thought, not being afraid to stand out from the crowd.
Okay, I see. So embracing that kind of individuality.
Yeah, and having the courage to say, I don't know, It really emphasizes that unafraid to know, unafraid to not know, that kind of intellectual honesty.
Which I feel takes a certain strength, right, to embrace that uncertainty.
Totally. And, he acknowledges that this can lead to isolation sometimes.
Makes sense.
An unafraid mind, from his perspective, is resilient enough to endure that, being alone, misunderstood, even ostracized.
Because those beliefs, right, those beliefs based on your own inquiry.
Exactly. It's about that deep conviction, not just the intellectual curiosity, but the inner strength to go with it.
I feel that. And what else does he touch on with this unafraid mind?
Well, the last thing he kind of emphasizes is he calls it a restless mind, seeking truth and understanding. So it's not like you reach this point and you're done.
It's a process.
It's a continuous thing, learning, questioning, always pushing further. So yeah, it's that combination, the critical thinking, the valuing individual thought, accepting uncertainty, resilience, and this constant pursuit that really makes up what he calls an unafraid mind.
Okay, so much to unpack there. But maybe we can circle back to that initial statement. The beliefs you hold influence your state of mind. How does all of this tie into that? What's the mechanism there?
Well, think of it like this. Our beliefs are kind of like a filter through which we see the world. So if your beliefs are based in fear or misinformation, things you haven't really examined, it can create a lot of anxiety, insecurity, negativity,
Yeah, makes sense.
But if you cultivate that unafraid mind, actively seeking truth, questioning things that aren't grounded, you're essentially building a base for beliefs that are more rational and realistic.
So it's about replacing those fear-based beliefs, those uncertain beliefs, with ones that come from a more reasoned, grounded understanding.
Precisely. It's not about having all the answers, but having that courage to seek them and to align your beliefs with a reality that's both shared and individually understood.
That really brings it all together. So to recap, this idea of an unafraid mind, it's about critical thinking, questioning, commitment to truth based in shared reality, valuing individual thought, embracing both knowledge and not knowing, resilience when you're isolated, and just that continuous search for understanding.
And by embodying those things, you're directly influencing your state of mind. It really underscores how powerful our beliefs are, on our mental well-being.
So much to think about. But before we wrap up, this is for you, listener. Think about the beliefs you hold right now. Are they fostering a state of mind that's truly unafraid? A mind that's open to asking questions, to really grounding itself in reality? It's something worth considering.
And for those who want to explore these ideas further, delve into Adam's work, you can find more at beyondtherituals.com.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time.